Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I got one. Tighten up. Middle. Showing up. Check safety.
They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. On first down, it's Stafford. He completes it to Nelson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Watch the twist.
Stafford looks to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley, and it's 3rd and short.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing again is Stafford. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
180. 22. Easy. Get off the field.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Bryant has it. A gain of 6 there on first. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed they went right into the game plan, attack them early, see if they're going to play any better, and if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. Now, a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Todd Gurley. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And this is good. Our score, 7-0, Tennessee.
Makes the score Titans 7, Texans 0. Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. So he shifts past him. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start.
5. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. I'm trying to collect. Load it. I got one. Q. 55, Mike. Hey, Delta. They scared. 55, Mike.
First down, Rivers. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start, both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Complete to Bryant. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Titans.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 32-yard line. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that one's complete to Gurley. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, I-7.
Stafford. Looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Let's go. Hey, lady. Check.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Bailey got the extra point, and it's now 14-0. 14, Texans, nothing. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Load it. Hey, Delta. They're not ready for this. 12.
On 3rd down, Rivers. This one complete to Giovanni Bernard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
At the 50-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Rivers now from the 50. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And a nice spin into some open field. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big run there by Gurley. 44 yards on the ground.
First down, Tennessee.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Titans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Gurley. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They'll try the air now with Stafford. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Hey, lady! Cut! Slam! Check 24, check 24.
On 3rd down, they run with Edmonds. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Back to the ground on 1st down, Edmonds. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey. Smooth.
To throw again. Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing, Rivers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Connor Barwin in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Say it. Let's go now. Let's go.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Let's go.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
You remember me? Let's go, baby. Light 51.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Flush to his right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Easy. He's coming. Hurry. Hey, wahoo.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown.
Let's go. Touchdown.
J.J. Nelson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk. Come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Gore. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Gore. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I can't believe they let you load it. I can't believe they even let you through. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. We don't want this.
They'll try to throw here. Rivers. Open man, the tight end fails. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down.
I'm here all day.
On 3rd down. Bernard. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. And maybe some indecision on what to do, and they're going to get a delay.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. 49-yard punt. 5 on the return. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? How do they score here, especially a touchdown? It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Check 3, check 3, check 3! Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, man. Pick it up.
Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd down.
Set, lady! 51, Mike, 51. Here we go, Joker, hurry!
Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. Back now in Houston. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now here's Michael Dixon as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now it's Peterson. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the pistol, it's Gore. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Geno Atkins racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Hey, check my gun.
From the gun, Rivers. He's going to look deep down the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Alpha.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Titans on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw is Stafford. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Tyus Bowser drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
180, 380, Q. Hey, I'm going to go load it. Load it. Hey, zoom. Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Bring it. Hey, check Mike 39. Check.
Rivers now to throw on 1st down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down. Rivers now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Hey. Let's go. You tighten up. Wait, 89.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Load it. Plus correct. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Hey, Haywood.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rivers. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Following the interception here, Rivers gets it to his running back, Bernard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Second 90, black 11.
Operating from the gun, Rivers, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Rivers is going to stay out there. They're going to try for this thing on fourth down.
No gain on this defense, no gain. Hey, I'm going to go load it. Load it.
Rivers to throw for it on fourth. And got a man. It's Woods. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Hey, easy, easy.
From the gun, Rivers escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
It's going to be a long. Orange 5-4. Load it. Hey, check. Load it. Check Mike 39. Come on, D. Hey, check Mike.
Rivers eluding the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 15. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that, a total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Titans, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Houston, they go out with a bit of a whimper as they wrap up a very trying 3-13 season. And this front office will have plenty of work to do in the draft and through free agency to turn this ship around. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.